So I've just gone into OneDrive today and seen this pop up, which is telling me that Copilot is now available directly in OneDrive. So let's have a quick look and see what that's going to do. So it's telling me here that in order to activate Copilot, I can simply hover over a file and click on the Copilot button to get it to summarize. That's useful. Or I can give it feedback around the Copilot experience. Now, I also know that I can select multiple files at the same time and ask Copilot. So let's give that a very quick whirl. This is a OneDrive folder. So these are some CV examples from one of my previous videos. If I simply hover over a file, click on the three dots, you'll see now you get this new Copilot submenu. And for every file that you have within OneDrive, you'll have the ability to either summarize, create an FAQ, or directly ask a question, which will open a sidebar, which you'll be familiar with in Copilot. So if I just use the summarize option in here, then what you should see is Copilot analyze that CV. This is a PDF file, and provide a very quick breakdown of who they are, their role, their work experience, etc., without me having to open the file and then run a Copilot prompt. So really simple way of doing some quick things. I can then ask a question as well. So if I click on the ask a question, then what will happen there is the window closes, Copilot actually opens up a side navigation pane, it transfers the text over, and I can simply ask a question about it. So I might want to ask it, you know, what is send, for example, because that's referenced in the CV. It will have a look through the CV and it will find it for me. So there we go. It's gone and found a reference for me about what send is. It's pulling it from the CV, and it's used the large language model to pull this information together. So that's the first example, really useful. Now, the second thing I can do, and this is quite powerful, is I can select multiple files. So if I highlight, for example, the first couple of the files, let's pick those 5 over there, then you'll see I also get a Copilot option here as well. So if I click on the drop down there, then I get the same things. I get a summarize, I get a compare files. I don't get the answer question. Instead, I get compare and I get answer questions. So if I go in here and compare the files, let's see what that does. So I'm using 5 files here. They're all CVs. They're all PDF format. Then let's have a look and see what that's doing. So this is pulling. Okay, so it's creating a table for me, which is quite useful. All the information in here is fake, by the way, so you don't feel you can email them or phone them. But it does give me a summary of what they do, what their role is, those kind of things. That's quite nice, I guess. I can then ask a question based on the response, and I can now ask specific questions about those individuals. So it's given me a suggestion here. What's the address of Bob? What are the skills? I'm actually going to ask it, what are Bob's main skills? And does he have any send experience? Let's see what that pulls up. So there we go, it's pulled out some information from his CV, so this is what Bob has talked about in the CV. It's looked for some specific indications about send and even given me the abbreviation of what that means, and it said it doesn't find any in the CV. So there we go, very quick whistle-stop tour of this. Useful, I think. There are limitations as to how many files that it can respond to, so I think 5 is the limit from what I've read. I've got 5 selected there. If I select more than 5, then you'll see I no longer get the Copilot option. It would be nice if it told me that it couldn't do that, but you'll see as soon as I've got less than 5 or 5 or less, then I do get that option. So if I remove that one and tick that one, then Copilot is still there. I can ask a question directly, I can compare, I can summarize. So there we go, that's Copilot in OneDrive. Let me know what you think.